collective people, Zeemzilla here, and in today's video we're going to be discussing whether or not college is really worth it. So in order to tackle this question, I'm going to share my college experience with you guys. So currently I'm a senior, in college, and I graduate in May. So what do I think of college? College is fun, you meet some very amazing people. You meet people that are different from yourself, which is important because you need that exposure. College is definitely a tremendous growth opportunity, and it has been for me personally. I currently am studying chemical biology in college. It's a pretty hard major. I started off wanting to do biology, but I switched to chemical biology because I really fuck with chemistry. Studying the sciences has been a huge challenge for me personally, but I'm glad that I decided to challenge myself and take up such a hard major because I've learned some very valuable insights and lessons from the experience. If I could sum up the best thing of college, for me personally, it's the fact that I learned the ability to teach myself pretty much anything that I want to learn. And what I mean by that is, the classes are pretty much just a professor, talking in front of a PowerPoint slide, just reading what's on the board, and you would pretty much have to go home and reteach that same information to yourself. I wasn't with this, I felt like it was somewhat of a waste of time to sit in class for 50 minutes to an hour, 15 minutes, just to have some guy read up the board, regurgitate the information back to you, because you're going to end up having to go home and reteach it to yourself anyway. So the most valuable thing, the most valuable skill that I took from college is being able to teach myself things, taking that initiative to learn and seek knowledge. That's definitely has to be the most valuable thing that I learned from school. The people are amazing too. If you decide to step out your comfort zone and, socialize, you'll meet some really great people, some of my closest friends, I've met at school, and anyone else that's in school can attest to this. There's times when you go on winter break, when you miss your friends that you've only known for such a short period of time, but that bond is real. You meet some really dope stand-up people, and if any of those people are watching this video, you know who you are. I'ma fuck with you. That's a little inside joke. So the main question, is college worth it? I think that it all depends on your circumstances personally. Some important things to consider is, money. How are you going to pay for college? Are you going to go into debt? Are you getting a free ride? Are your parents help pay for it? That's very important. If you don't know exactly what you're going to college for, I don't think it's worth it for you. If you're going to college to do some type of STEM field opportunity, such as, by the way, STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, math. So if you're trying to become a doctor, a lawyer, anything science related, then yes, college is worth it for you. But if you're one of those people who are just, trying to go to college because you think it's a rite of passage, or that your parents are telling you to do it, I don't think it's worth it for you, honestly. I think it's a waste of your time, because here's what's going to happen if you end up going to college just because other people are telling you what to do. If you enroll in college with no specific goals or a major to pursue, you're going to be lost. You're not going to know what to study. You're going to be wasting your time. That's why I stress this, guys. If you don't have some sort of major or some sort of goal that you want to achieve, don't do it. It's not worth it. you will incur massive amounts of debt that will follow you for the rest of your life. It's just not a wise decision financially to go to school if you don't have a set goal or major, because you're gonna have to pay for that in the future. Yeah, if you don't have some sort of goal or preferred major, I would recommend not going to college, because there are a lot better options. The thing about college is that, like, society pressures people to go to college, and like, I guess those who don't go are like frowned upon. But here's the thing, you'd be much better off going to a trade school and learning to become like an electrician, a carpenter, or a plumber. You'll be a lot better off than like graduates right after college. Because here's the big thing, like, a huge problem right now in our society is that we have people graduating college and they either A, can't find a job, or B, they find a job that's not paying them enough money. So imagine if you pay $200,000 to go to a college, and then you graduate and you're given a job that pays you $30,000 a year. What the fuck? That's what I call the debt trap. It's a debt trap because you're going to be forced for the rest of your life to pay off that debt of going to school. So guys, I want you to think for yourself and really, search for that answer to see if college is something that is for you. Because if not, not only will you end up wasting 4 years of your precious life and precious time, but you'll also have to pay for it. You'll end up having to slave away to try to pay thousands and thousands of dollars in debt back. So, don't do it. Don't apply to college. Don't apply to college, but don't seek out to go to college if you don't have a solid plan. If you go there not knowing why you're there or what you're going for, it is a huge liability financially. It is not smart to pick up that much debt. Do not listen to what other people tell you. It is okay to not go to school. You're better off pursuing a passion, developing that passion, and learning to earn money for yourself. It's just not desirable to go to school for 4 years with no particular goal and to graduate with a piece of paper that can earn you a job that's paying you like $15 to $20 an hour. Imagine if you took 4 years to invest in yourself and learn about a particular skill like programming or carpentry. Like, imagine if you went to a trade school instead. You'd be a lot better off than most people that graduate, because people that graduate, they got to deal with the debt unless people are fortunate enough to either have parents help them or not pay for college at all. So yeah, guys, that's my say on the whole like debt trap. Avoid the debt trap. Society wants you, the government wants you to go to college for 4 years, pick up 6-figure debt, and spend the rest of your life working to alleviate that debt. That is what is called the rat race. So yeah, stay away from the rat race. If you're going to be a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant, any major that's actually relevant to society, I don't mean to offend people either, but if you're going for one of those majors, then it's totally worth it. Go for it. But if you're not sure about it, seriously reconsider before you put yourself in thousands and thousands of dollars in debt. Guys, you got to understand, this is your life. You can't let people, pressure you into making such drastic decisions like going to college. If your parents want you to go to college, and you don't want to go, you need to make that clear that you don't want to go, because if you go there, people are like going to be expecting things from you that you can't produce. That's why I emphasize pursuing your passion. Always be true to yourself. You got to figure out what you want to do. If you don't want to go to college, it's okay. It's okay to not want to go to school. Some of the most successful people have not gone to college, you know, because it's systemically, college is organized to have you work in order to pay off your debts for a good 20 to 30 years. And people, to begin with, aren't that financially intelligent, so they're already going to have a hard time saving money to pay off debt, you know. Let me put some perspective in it for you guys. We've come so far along in these past 20 to 30 years technologically. You know, we have iPhones now, we have instant access to information. Yet, the education system is the same as it was 60 to 70 years ago. It hasn't evolved. It's not keeping up with technology. If you want to learn something, guys, you're literally a YouTube video away, or a Udemy course away, or a self-help book away. You don't have to pay thousands and thousands of dollars to a professor to read a PowerPoint off of a board. You know, it's just not, it's not smart, you know. If like knowledge is knowledge at the end of the day. It doesn't matter who's presenting it. As long as the communication is effective and you understand that knowledge, then you have everything to gain from it. The only good thing about college is that it's a credential, you know, like you get a piece of paper that basically, it's like a badge that says like, okay, I went through this societal, you know, rite of passage to fit into society, you know. I have a job, but like if you have debt, then good luck paying off that debt, because, well, not good luck, you know, that sounded very spiteful. Since we're in the age of technology now, we don't really have to rely as much on other people to teach us. We can teach ourselves at our own pace. You know, like if you wanted to learn about science or chemistry, there's thousands of playlists on YouTube that are teaching you about those things. You don't have to wake up at 8 a.m. and go to class and sit there where your brain is like half functioning because you're tired. If you're not a morning person, you know, you don't have to put yourself through that suffering. You could do implemental learning. You could study for an hour a day. But the problem is that you need that credential from school if you want to pursue, you know, a career in like the medical field, or if you want to be a lawyer or whatever, then you have to go to college. If you do not want, if that's not something that you want to pursue, I would not go to college. Instead, I would explore my curiosities, you know, find something that you're passionate about. Once you find something that you're actually passionate about, you'll be willing to work for that thing for countless hours a day, you know, and it won't even feel like work because you're passionate about it. That's the thing, guys. If you're passionate about something, it's not work. It's art. Straight up, it's art. You know, you'll feel better and better about improving at that thing that you're working on. So my last point, guys, is to basically be true to yourself, do some soul searching, you know. Don't let societal pressures pressure you into the debt trap. There are other ways to success. There are many avenues to success. Study successful people, guys. Don't take advice from people who have not succeeded at something that you're interested in. You know, you got people that are failures telling you what to do, and you're actually taking that advice. You know, that's how you become a failure, guys. That the system is set up to have you work for it for the rest of your life, guys. Do your soul searching, find out if it's actually something that you want to do. And if it's not, that is completely okay. You know, you don't have to worry about feeling ashamed for not picking up $100,000 debt. You know, it's not, that's okay. You know, no matter what other people may tell you, guess what? At the end of the day, if you decide not to go to college, you're not in hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. And guess what? You're not obligated to pay off that hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. People that tell you that it's worth it, you know, I mean, good for them, but you have to figure out the answer for yourself. But my opinion personally, if you don't have a particular goal or major, I wouldn't go. I would stick to what you're passionate about, and I would develop that passion, and I would take it from there, guys. When you love what you do, you found your passion. When other people love what you do, you found your business. So imagine, instead of going to college, if you decided to like study money or, you know, some other trade, and you worked on that thing for 4 years instead, you would probably be better off than someone who went to school that didn't really know what they were there for. So yeah, guys, at the end of the day, it's all up to you. You know, I'm telling you to like stand up for yourself, stand up against society if you're feeling pressured to go to college. But yeah, that's all for today. If you guys found any sort of value from this video, please leave a like and subscribe. I'm Zeemzilla, and I'm out.